Hey everybody, good afternoon, almost evening. Well, it's still afternoon. My name is Stephanie Robles, and thank you for tuning in and joining me. I am one of those people that I definitely try to not be a perfectionist, but you can't help it. Like, you want to do your best, and sometimes you kind of just overanalyze it. Like, it could be something so simple, but you want to nail it. You want to make sure that you get it correct, and it make it look good and make it shine, and you end up overcomplicating it, and you have to have friends that are kind of like, dude, come back, take a deep breath, stop overcomplicating it. You're just overcomplicating everything, Steph. I'm having one of those days where I just want to be extra perfect, and I was like, there's got to be more people like me out there that are just like perfectionists to the max, and it just sometimes it doesn't work out that way. And instead of getting mad about it, you just kind of, it's just good to talk and vibe it out. And sometimes simple is better. Like my mom's like, Steph, simple is better, man. Just let it go. And that goes through anything in life. Like, you always try to formulate the easiest, most simple plan. Like, even when you're trying to have kids, you're married and everybody's asking you, like, when are you gonna have kids? When are you gonna? Oh, I want everything to be perfect. I want to make sure my bills are set. I want to make sure everything's all squared away. And it doesn't happen like that. And I laugh because I think it's happened to maybe everybody. Sometimes plans just don't work out. And we get so upset and we get so frustrated because that plan didn't go the way we envisioned it. But it turned out to be something way better than that. And we don't see. We don't see it. All we could see is, this is what we wanted to do and it didn't happen. I'm sorry, guys. I gotta let my dog out. She wants to come out here. She's getting used to these videos. So, and you sit there and you don't see it. And sometimes that's kind of gets in the way. Your vision of the way you want things gets in the way. And it stops you from doing how you envision it in your head. But some really important lessons can be learned from those moments of overthinking everything. And they actually teach you something. I kind of think that those lessons continually come back to you all the time until you learn your lesson. Whatever lesson it's supposed to be, it'll continue happening to you. It's the craziest thing. And it'll come around in a roundabout way until you have the aha moment. The aha moment that I call is when you finally get it. And you're like, that's it. I'm not doing this anymore. I'm done. And then life is like, okay, you said you're not going to do it. Let's check. Let's see if you finally figured out the aha moment. And I think everybody's like that. I think we all have our aha moments, and sometimes we don't have friends to tell us when we're overthinking a situation. We're overcomplicating it when it's just 2 + 2 = 4. And we get frustrated and angry, and we kind of got to pull back because we end up missing so many opportunities. Because, like I said, we get in our own way. Like, we get in our own way because we only see it in our head. We have it in our head this certain perfect way, and when it doesn't happen, we overthink it. It messes up and it falls through, and we get mad and frustrated, and then something else happens in a roundabout way, and maybe it'll be even better. Maybe the reason why it didn't work out the way you wanted it was to teach you a valuable lesson. And maybe it was just to teach you that sometimes you just gotta chill. and let things happen the way they're supposed to happen. You can't force things to happen sometimes. Sometimes you just have to be patient enough with the process of it all. And that was what that quote was about, going into the cave that you fear the most. Because you don't know what's in there. It's unknown to you. And there's a treasure in there. And it could be the most amazing treasure. It could be so life-fulfilling and life-changing. But sometimes we get in our own way. We always do. And we overthink everything. Because we want to be perfect. We want to be proud. We want to show everybody that, I did this. And nobody thought I was going to do it. And sometimes it doesn't work out. But sometimes it'll happen to come out even better. Sometimes nothing will happen at all, but it will just fulfill you emotionally. It's just to prove to yourself to believe in yourself again. It happened to me today. It did. And it's just amazing when you have those moments of inspiration, and then overthinking, some inspiration, some tough love, and then the whole process of it. And someone once told me, you have to fall in love with the process of whatever it is you're trying to achieve. Fall in love with the process of it, because along that way to your dream, you're going to learn so many different lessons. You're going to overthink it 50 million times, and at the end of the day, it may come out just not like the way you wanted it to, but you'll come out richer for it. Wiser, more understanding, more patient, more passionate, just understanding life. And I say that because I attribute it to my children. I attribute it to the things that I learned working, the things that I learned in school, the things that I learned out of school. Learning never stops. You never stop growing. You never stop achieving. You never stop finding something else out about yourself that you thought that you knew. You thought you could never do. And something happens and you find something out about yourself that you never knew. And it ends up being better. And it just happened in my head today. That topic just happened in my head today about being one of those overthinkers. And that process of it is amazing. And it's peaceful, and it makes you feel fulfilled inside. It gives you a confidence in yourself and a self-belief in yourself and a self-worth. And it all brings all of that validation about who you are as a person, because we're all completely different. But nobody in this world can tell me that they've never overthought a decision that they had to make, and they haven't learned something from it, or that their plan has completely succeeded according to the plan. You can't, because we all do it. It's how we are. We want to be the best, and there's nothing wrong. But sometimes we could get in our own way and trip ourselves up. And we stop the learning, and we stop the moving, and we stop the shaking. Thank you, Casey, right? Ugh, me too, 100% me. Always happens. And like I said, I had to come on and talk about it. I was feeling so down about myself today, and something happened, and it just flipped it. And I had to talk. I was like, man, I have to talk about it. And you end up feeling better about yourself. Like, wow, gotta give us. You don't want to be, you don't want to seem, I'm trying to find that word. Too proud, and give yourself too many props. Get yourself a big head. But that whole process of it, it makes you feel good. It makes you feel good. and you learn something new about yourself every day, even when you overthink it. And it's all a part of the growing pains of life. I want to say it's the growing pains of life, because you're always going to learn something new, and you never stop learning. And the minute that you think that you have learned everything that there is to learn about it, life is going to somehow take you by surprise and show you some